Yes, that dramatic music can only mean one thing. It's PM Wednesday for answering all your PM kit needs, tools, stuff you never knew you needed, but you end up with anyway because you say they're great and all the usual things that go along with it. All those bits and stuff and kits and everything else that goes along with it. How are we doing today, gentlemen? We all good?
Fine, thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Everyone's knackered by the end of this week. We're all on holiday next week.
I am tired already. It's only Wednesday.
I wish I was on holiday next week.
I am. That's it. I'm having next week off. I've decided. So watch this space, I think. So yes, right. Anyway, good afternoon to everybody who is in the live chat areas. I haven't been in here, so are we in here as well? So everyone is in the live chat. Good afternoon to everyone. Hope we're all doing well. Everyone's still locked down and doing it. I've got things in different orders today. Like and subscribe, absolutely, Ed. I don't know why it's hidden that. Look, we'll go show. I don't know why like and subscribe should be a bad thing on there. So yes, definitely. What's that? Josh says he's just pre-ordered the brand new tool 172nd F8 F1 Bearcat from Hobbylink Japan. Didn't know they're doing one.
Nope. News to us. Who is it? What make?
Yeah, whose is it?
I don't know. It just says the brand new tooled 172nd F1 F Bearcat. Who's it? Josh, more information. We need to know these things.
You can't just say that and not say the manufacturer, can you?
Yes.
Hobby Boss, I guess, with my quick sleuthing.
Who?
Hobby Boss, I think.
Oh, well, it makes sense in that they've got 48 for one, isn't it?
Hobby Boss, yes.
Oh, right, okay.
There we go. See?
Nice.
I always think the Bearcat was completely overlooked because it wasn't around very long, was it? It just no one bothers with the Bearcat at all. I think there's a 30-second one, isn't it?
Trumpet do a 30-second one, and then Hobby Boss do a 48th, and I think Thingy did Academy, didn't they do a 48th one at some point? I think
Hobby Boss do various ones.
they do. Don't we know?
We know, man.
Who's Tam Model? Never heard of him, David. Tam Model, never heard of him. And yes, I am being sarcastic.
Yes. Right, so up with you today is this. I don't know if anyone saw it. I put it up at crack of bottom this morning, literally. So yeah, that was up at something like 5:30 this morning. It's went up. So anyway, it is available to have a look at. You can probably talk us through this a bit better than I can, Matt. Because
yes, well, this is a sample production that was given to me by Garrett Tiger Robbins to pass on to Phil of the new tool Tiger. God, you can tell my brain's frazzled today. Panzer 3 from Ryfield. I think it's due out in the new year. So
I think I'm right in saying that the Panzer 3 was the longest serving German tank during the Second World War. I think it served from right from the beginning to right to the end.
Was it?
Yeah,
and I think it's totally overlooked because obviously, you know, everything sort of Panzer IVs and then obviously Tigers, King Tigers, and obviously all the others sort of, I don't know, perhaps because they're just a bit bigger and all the rest of it seem to.
I think its chassis was the most modified as well.
Most converted. You got stump frees and all sorts of different sort of superstructures they put on them. So there's loads that can be done if you've actually got the, like say, the chassis and running gear off a Tiger. Just keep saying it. Panzer 3. So don't be surprised if there's some other versions of that chassis on, you know, tank destroyers and whatever else. So yes,
just seems weird that same thing. It's like you don't get many. We've had the Dragon one for years, haven't we?
Yeah, Tamiya
do one, but then that's it. And they're ages old, aren't they? And also now we've got the Ryfield one coming out, and also
Mini Art's done some early ones, some like really early. Before or even like 1930s, you know what I mean, pre-production ones.
Yeah.
Who else has just bought one out recently?
What, Panzer 3?
Yeah. Who do the?
Somebody said about Dragon.
The Blitz kits.
Takum,
isn't it?
They haven't done a Panzer 3, I don't think.
They have, yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, so it's like buses.
Well, that's it, normal thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got one in my stash.
Yes.
Yes.
Apparently, the Gordon saying here, great review on the Rifle Panzer. Hope it's cheaper than the 63 quid for the Dragon one.
It is. It is. I can say that. We've got pre-order, haven't we?
No.
No.
No, because I was looking for it to be able to link it to it, and I couldn't find
we did.
anything.
I thought we had them up on pre-order.
No.
Okay. We
No.
will have.
Scrap that. There will be a pre-order coming near you, clearly.
I tell you, we're proper organised today, aren't we? Not.
Let me write that down.
Yes.
There you go. Andy's writing it on his pre-order. Now we'll have it up on pre-order that because it should be.
There is something to say about this review because obviously just then it just saw it. I picked up some grey plastic from out of the kit. Now I edited it all out because I had a good look at it to work it out, and it turns out they're little robotic figures that don't come with the kit, that we think they come from the same manufacturer. And as this is a pre-production sample, we're thinking they might have just popped it in the bag because it's one of their things anyway. Because if you go on the site for them, it shows them on the actual tank. But obviously these are like robot things. So yes, it was just that they were in there. And at the time I thought they came with the kit when I was doing the review. The rest of it I've edited out, but that bit there, it ruined the mojo of the review. So I left that bit in at the beginning. But no, to be honest, it looks to be very, very nice. It's very much Ryefield, working on one of theirs right now in front of me. It is that thing, very much in depth. The moulding is beautiful. It's very sharp. Like when I handle the sprue, I often think when you're rubbing your fingers over it, if it feels sharp and scratchy, you know the detail is very, very sharply moulded. So from my point of view, that's a good thing. So I always have a good feel, a bit like Braille. And if it's feeling nice and sharp and like it's like nicking your skin, you know it's a good one. And that is very, very nice. And even on this particular one, on the MRAP's quite flashy in a lot of ways. And it's got the odd little ejector pin that gets in the way and things like that. I was paying attention a bit more about that one to see if it did, and it doesn't. All the actual ejector pins on that kit look very, very just a little bit recessed. But they're not in the way anyway. Whereas these, they're sitting proud in some areas that just need a little bit of work to make things go down, and that one they definitely don't. So again, it's very, very nicely tooled, very in depth as well. So obviously it's got full working suspension. It's got workable tracks as well, which is very nice. So you get the pins, although it does mention in the instructions about gluing them. You'll see that in the next page, I think. And I don't know, it'd be one of those ones where it says about actually gluing the pins as you put them in. I'm just not convinced that you won't, if you're using like an extra thin, over glue it and then it will just go hard. So it'd be interesting to see if they fit with no need for glue. I couldn't do a test on it because this sample's got to go somewhere else shortly. So, I didn't want to then start cutting them up and putting them together to see if it would do it. But I don't know if they're press fit and hold, or it will be generally you're going to have to glue them and hope you don't overglue it. But it's supposed to be a working tracks on it, which is quite nice because obviously it's working suspension. So on a diorama, you could have it going over a log building, things like that, so you can show off all of those. But all the stowage equipment, you can see it comes with absolutely everything in the box. It's got a nice little bit of photo etch generally, but you can get the upgrade kit for it as well, which has got a beautiful piece of 3D printed resin, which is very nice as well. So that's got toe eyes. But to be honest with you, the towing loops and all the rest of it, they're beautifully done anyway. I think in some ways it looks better than the thread and resin that you get with the kit. So there's that. But the photo etch, it gives you probably more an in-scale effect for things like the stowage bins and that. Instead of being plastic, that way you could display them technically open if you wanted to as well. But yes, no, very, very nice kit. Very
Has it
nice
got
indeed.
photo etch tool clamps then?
It's basically got on, if you go for out of the box, it's got just a few little bits of photo etch. There's not tons of it in there. You just get, if it's on the picture of it on the box, just down in there, you get a few bits. But if you have the upgrade set, it comes with a big sheet of photo etch with absolutely everything in it. For this one, it tends to just be some grills and a few bits and pieces on there, but the upgrade set actually comes with a ton of it. So, yes. But anyway, fully detailed gun breech.
IOS 1995 says that border models are bringing one out as well.
Oh, well, there you go.
There you go. See?
Sport for choice now.
It will be.
Yeah.
That's it. None around.
Well, yeah,
The world's full of them now.
Looks a nice kit, doesn't it? So.
But yeah, as I say, it's one of those where inside the turret, it's not like a fully internal, but you could do it with the loaders openings open. and stuff, and it would look really busy in there because you've got the gun in there and everything else, which is fully detailed, as you can see. So from that point of view, I think if you had the hatches open and perhaps a little bit of crew sitting around it, it would look very, very good, very spot on. Obviously, you can close it all up if you want to, but you can have it open. But just there, it's got the stowage bin. Actually, it's got it in photo etch as well in the upgrade set, and it's probably a little bit more in scale, but from the back and everything. So when it's open, it's probably about right. So that's quite nice. And as I say, your weathering options, or painting options, I should say, is sandy, browny sandy.
Is that DAC one then?
Yeah. Out of my comfort zone.
I was just wondering
I don't know.
tell you on the...
There you go. There's your photo etch. That's what you get.
Oh, so you get grills and you don't get tool clamps, thankfully. Well, it don't look like it, I
think you're doing the upgrade set.
Yeah, because you got the upgrade set. Oh, God, no.
Yeah. So if you wanted to go down all of that, you could do.
Can I just answer Chuck? Yeah, Chuck. So we still wait for our F-15s to come in as well. I think, and I don't know this for a fact, but I think there's been a bit of a cock-up when I've ordered it, as in I don't think they got ordered on time. That's why we're waiting so long.
Oh.
So I can't get anything out of said people at the minute, but my theory is they didn't get ordered when I put the order in for whatever reason.
Double of something else came, didn't it, instead?
Yeah, so I think there's been a bit of a cock-up somewhere. I will get to the bottom of it. Well, I'll try. Whether somebody will admit it, I don't know. But we will see. But for how long how long they're taking to get here when a said other order that we ordered pretty much at the same time came in months ago now. It kind of weighs up that something's not right, is it?
Yes. It would
so
appear.
I'm afraid we're still waiting. Like, don't know. Could turn up tomorrow. I'll probably say this today, and I'll have an order of them tomorrow. But if it does, then so be it. But I can't see it somehow. I can't see it being this side of Christmas. So yeah, a bit annoying.
Mr. McCluskey is asking about the wheeled thing behind you.
Yes, it's a Lotus. Look, we've just got the Lotus back in. Re-release of the Lotus 7.
So that's 1/24 scale, yeah?
Yeah. Comes with photo etching. Pretty cheap, to be honest. It's under 25 quid.
Very nice.
A packing little kit, to be honest. So, yeah, container fell off the ship.
Yeah,
never know.
So it's probably the usual thing. There's not enough room in the port for the container, so they've left it somewhere else.
It could be. You know what? It could be stuck in a port somewhere for all we know. I have no idea. Like I say, nobody seems to, but there we go. There's a little Lotus, look. And they're bringing out the Europa as well, aren't they? Redoing the Lotus Europa. So, tell you what, Phil, you look shattered.
I am.
You look it today. You look proper knackered, I have to say. I hope you're going to be recovered for tomorrow night.
Oh yeah, that's all right. I'll just be on the coffee. It's about a 9th coffee today.
Yeah, look, there's a photo so you get a grill and some nice upgrades. And, oh look, multicoloured seatbelts.
There you go.
Actually, that's all right, that little upgrade set. It's just probably what you need. Brake discs, outers, I think, and bonnet clamps or whatever. Yeah, it's all right. Not much to it, look. It's only a sprue and a bit.
One of their golden kits, though, isn't it? It's one of their nice
I tell you what,
ones.
it's a cracking little kit. Could do this on turkey shoot. This is ideal turkey shoot weekend build, isn't it?
That's it. Hi, Matt. Can you get hold of the Starfighter cockpit? What, the
they're in stock.
old Esky one? Yeah.
They're in stock. They're back in.
Hold on.
Yeah, go into Italy. They're at the first thing and they're back in stock.
Tim says Phil looks mugged.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I finished here with Andy. Me and Andy and Andy's wife had a chat for a half hour, didn't we?
We did.
Until around about 4:30, so 8 to 5. And then I went straight out in the unit, and then I came in just before 9. And then I was back out there again this morning. Well, I did the emails and everything at 5:30 till about 6:15, and then put that up and everything. And then I've been back out there ever since. And I've done 2 runs to the post office. So, luckily though, I've only got 50 to do. So, right, we're getting there. Right, Italy. There we go.
There you go.
Here it is.
There you go.
It was the 104 he wanted, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the F16 not out yet, is it? If they're going to re-release it.
Well, it's fancy doing one themselves.
That's it now, Andy. You've just said it.
I've got one.
My phone lighting
when we do our back in time builds, I got a load of photos of the one that I took, which would have been in the late 90s. I think I did it. So yes, very nice.
It's an old kit, isn't it? But it's the only one you're going to get.
It's Esky originally did it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think the version I did was the Esky one. I got mine out of a model shop cheap. It was like gathering dust in a corner.
Yeah.
So, Andy, the RRP on that nice Panzer III is full RRP, obviously, is $39.99.
$39.99.
That's not a bad price. So, yeah. Are you ready for next year's mugs then?
Yeah, that's it. Start now. Talking Heads was saying he's heard that Felixstowe is backed up with containers. They're shipping some over to Rotterdam by lorry. I've heard that as well. Apparently they've been taken off at Rotterdam, aren't they? Bring them over on lorries back into the UK because there's no room. And there's a rumour going around. Do you know what's backing it all up? Is all the PPE.
PPE, isn't
it's
it?
sat in containers in Rotterdam. Tons of it. Absolute tons of it. It's just sat there. It's taken up all the space. So,
tell you what.
Yeah.
It's not much good in a container, is it, in Felixstowe?
No. Yeah, you'd think they'd start getting out all over the place. Neil says, Phil and team, what's the schedule for the turkey shoot? Oh, God, don't ask, because me and Andy made a right balls of it yesterday trying to do it. Okay, so it's tomorrow night, 7:30 till 9, and then Friday afternoon till 4, and then it'll be Saturday afternoon 2 till 5, something like that, and then we'll be back on Saturday night from 7...
Half past 7.
7:30 till 9, and then Sunday in the afternoon 2 till 5, and then obviously we'll do 7:30 till 9 again.
Oh, we're doing midnight.
Are we going to go to midnight? We might have to if we need to finish off. As I say, that might slip.
Hey,
you know what we're like. We usually go over anyway.
We'll have to extend it for Andy, how fast he builds.
That's 2 weeks worth of work.
Cheers, look at it.
I was going to get it finished in 2 weeks, and
see, he's just proved my point then, hasn't he?
That's it.
So,
mind you, did you spray the wheel wells yesterday?
Yeah.
I was going to say, because the wheel wells weren't done yesterday, so there you go. In 1 day, he's done wheel wells.
And I've done all the radiator flaps and the bits and bobs.
Tell you what, hey, that took a lot of doing because he was there doing anything but getting his airbrush out because he even said, I can't be bothered to get my airbrush out. Yes? I tell you what, poor old Nathan's built a Pembroke by the time he put that together.
It's true, yeah. There again, should have seen him last night.
He was still on, when you went off, he was still at it.
Was he?
Yeah, I think he kind of given up. About 10ish, I think he's like, right, I'll leave it and stuff. But yeah,
he has recorded the end bit of his Pembroke. Now, whether or not he actually puts it on or not, I don't know. But
yeah,
it involves water and
looks like he's shooting up his Pembroke. so anyway, as we're back on the PM show, we might as well tell them what's happening. Obviously, you can see we've had a few new arrivals. It's very slow, to be honest, releasing at this time of year. So obviously, this is coming, as I've just showed you, the Lotus, which is 24 quid, is it? Something, I don't know.
Yeah. £23.
There you go, 23 quid, worth it, bargain, great little kit. And then obviously some Dragon Spacey stuff. So they're in the Dragon section, and then it's mainly been restocked. We've had an Attacker restock, so pretty much all Attackers back in. Just had a restock of these
tools. We got
tools.
So are those drills back in stock now? Are they? They were right at the top, Phil, originally.
Yes, they're back in stock.
I put them right at the top before the.
Oh, you put them at the top.
Yeah, they're right at the top. Look. So drills are back in, and the snips are back in, and the scrapers are back in. And also, just literally not long before we came on, a delivery of leveling thinners and rapid thinners and some other bits and bobs from Elbin Alloys. And then I'm expecting some more deliveries by the end of the week. Also, I've had loads of people asking me about P47s, the Razorbacks. We've got them back in stock. They came in today. They've been on back order, like a few other items from the Tamiya range. So I've had some Tamiya bits and bobs come back in. The F16s in 72nd, the F16s in 48. The Corsairs are back in. 1D, is it?
Don't cover your mic.
Sorry.
That's it. There you go. Very nice.
That one there, look.
Mm-hmm.
The one flying. Corsair.
Very nice.
And then we've got some other bits coming in later on in the week as well. So, yeah, it'll just be about restocking, I think.
Somebody's just asking about that. What's stream for the weekend? Will you be getting the Tamiya Zeros back in? It's sold out over the Telford weekend. They were a special order though, weren't they?
Yeah, I did actually think about ordering another box full, to be honest. They do sell, and the F117s, because we're out of them as well.
Yeah.
So again, though, they're special orders, so it's going to be minimum, if they put the order in on time, a three months lead time on them. So it's not going to be till next year anyway. So
yeah.
But yeah, we could get them back in if people are interested. We might put another pre-order up.
Go again. We'll say I'm going to build mine for the naval or the navalized SIG group build thing.
Yeah,
because I'll get away with that version, so that'll do for mine. That's why I'm going to put mine in. Just ask a quick question there. Neil says about can you start the kits for the? I presume he means for the Turkey weekend. You can start it on Thursday because that's officially US Thanksgiving Day, Turkey Day.
Is that Turkey Day?
I'm starting mine.
So yeah, Andy started his in 2003 Thanksgiving.
Yeah, he'll just pull one off his shelf.
Yeah.
Chuck's asked on here, who makes the best F16, what scale?
Well, it's Tamiya in any scale.
It's Tamiya in any scale. Yeah, that's an easy one, really.
It depends which block he wants, doesn't it?
Well, Tamiya in any block, any scale, apart from the ones that don't do.
Yeah, well, you've got your block 50, or you can do. I presume Tamiya have discontinued the block 30, the block 32, which was the Thunderbirds version.
Yes.
It's a shame because that came with a stand, which I've got somewhere. I've still got the stand. I was going to use it on the other one, but I decided to make our own one. But yes.
Yeah.
Unless you want a foreign F16, and then it's more, you got to go kinetic only, really.
If you want the early ones, as I say, the A models, then yeah, you're back to those or Hasegawa. But yes.
Academy did F16s.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know what they're like. Never seen one, but they did do them. Mind you, it's Academy, and it's getting older.
In fact, I think Academy do the Block 40, which has got the Warhead on it as well, which was a slightly different version. So, but again, if you go for 48, then Tamiya's got it covered on all fronts because they do all the models apart from the A model. But anything from the C model onwards.
Well, if you buy yourself a Tamiya 32nd F16, you'll thank yourself forever.
Yes.
You will, if you can get them.
Winnebago John's in YouTube chat. He's ordered something.
Patrick's put, Phil, did you ever do a review of the Argosy?
Did I?
No.
Don't think so, did I? No.
No.
We did have an inbox live look when you first got it.
Yeah.
John just ordered the cockpit.
Somebody just ordered cockpit?
John has, yeah.
Yeah, right, okay, cool. So, yeah.
Where are we? Hold on.
Somebody's asking about TAM models on here. Well, we've never had them or dealt with them because we don't even know if they're still going as a company, do we?
No. They've gone very, very quiet this last year, haven't they?
I think last couple of years, to be honest.
Perhaps they're making PPE.
Could be. Rogers asked, what is the best SU-30 1/72 Zvezda or Trumpet? I think much in between them, is there, apart from price, is it? I do actually like the Trumpy stuff, to be honest. I think the the Zvezda ones are really good value for money and really nicely detailed. I did the 27, you did the 33, you did the 33, didn't you?
Yeah.
I presume the others are on the same line and they're really nice kits for the money. So
I've done both now. I've done the Zvezda 33 and I've done the Trumpy 72nd 27 and flanker, and there's not a lot in it as in that, but I think Zvezda works out cheaper, doesn't it?
yes.
So
Yeah. I think the Zvezda one's under 25 quid, I think. So just it.
Someone did ask yesterday, Matt, sorry, how much are you selling the Algaty for?
Well, you know, who was it who were asking?
I can't remember.
I can't remember now, but somebody did say you wanted to sell it.
Did you dream it?
To be honest, the place is like Arkwright's store. For the right money, everything's for sale. Chairs,
Except
carpet,
the bison.
children.
The bison's not for sale. Everything else is.
Knowing Matt, if someone offered him the right money for the bison, it'd
Absolutely, be the first one to say I flogged it. Congratulations to my daughter Grace. Very proud of you, dear. Okay, Dorothy, what'd she do? That's the question.
Yeah.
Just wanted to say thank you for all the kit reviews. I love them. Saved me money as well as cost me some. Absolutely. With one hand we giveth, with the other hand you taketh away. Any idea what might be released for the 2021 from Tamiya in terms of aircraft? 109. That's where my money is.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
That'll be about it.
That's it. Yeah, I don't think you're going anywhere else.
My e-commerce kit's going ka-ching, ka-ching.
Yeah, but apart from the 109, if it does come out, God knows with Tamiya, it just tips up, doesn't it?
I was going to say, the good thing with Tamiya is that, yeah, they just come out of nowhere. It's like, where? How did that even happen that it got that far along and no one knew anything about it? You know, you get other companies, and we've slagged them off big time on this show, where they take 5 years to release a kit. Tamiya are like, and here's one we did earlier, like the 109 they did, the 48 scale one, where did that come from? It was like Suzuka, they were like, oh yeah, we've done this as well, and it'll be out next month. And you're like, what? Where did that come from? So I'm going to say with the Spitfire, and it was like, yeah, very, very clever.
It's nice to be surprised though, doesn't it?
Although apparently some people had to fall on their knives when they had the leak last time, though.
Oh, well, you know.
You're all in there cutting off little fingers and everything.
So they should.
If you want to stay in the company, you prove your loyalty. Body parts everywhere, I'll tell you.
I see our friends at Kinetic are re-releasing their F84 Thunder Streak.
Oh, right.
Not that we'll ever see it,
No.
but just thought I'd let you know. But I tell you, it's a bit quiet really for new releasing and stuff. That MiG-15 will get up on pre-order from Bronco models. I think that should be all right, kit. That should be good.
Yes, one of the guys saying here about obviously the new Sukhoi kits coming out by Kitty Hawk and all the rest of it. Will we have them in the store? To be honest with you, you're better off buying them direct because we won't get them for months, absolute months. We've still got stuff that's been released, like the helicopters have only just becoming available. And when were they released? Over a year ago?
Oh, God, yeah.
You know, so that's how long it takes to get over here. And to be honest, we can't get them at a good price either because our importer is very slow and charges full whack on, and there's no room in them at all. So by the time you look at what other people can do them for that are in the Far East, we just can't even come close.
No.
It's really not even worth us. Yeah, we'll get them in, obviously, if people want them, but it's not. It's one of those things. It's not even worth us doing it, to be honest.
We're, by the way, your helicopter's on its way.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
You might get it for Christmas. You never know.
Well, you never know. Which, to be honest, is a Kitty Hawk kit, which just shows because... And the stupid thing is, could have probably got it from China, cheaper and quicker, a million times over. But we like to support our said suppliers as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah, you have got one coming.
Cool. I'm going to build that. God help me.
Ooh.
I could do that for the naval one as well. Ooh, 2 options now.
Now you're wavering, aren't you?
Ooh,
Which
now I'm
one to do?
wavering. Do we do the 109 or do we do the Seahawk?
109.
Sorry, the 0.
0.
Yes. Yeah, interesting.
David's just put, Kitty Hawk seem to treat retailers poorly. You guys do all the selling and they get the money by bypassing you.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I think that's what's happening with them and Kinetic. They've literally now found it's cheaper to sell direct, and that's what they're doing. They don't seem to be interested in us as a store to sell it. They're not, as you say, they're quite happy to take all the kudos and the reviews and all the rest of it, but they won't put any time or effort in their side. So, not that we're bitter or upset about it at all. Bastards.
Yeah.
Boycott them, everyone.
I was going to say, we could just boycott
They'll soon come crawling back if everyone stopped buying, I tell you. Shadow Model's talking about Tamiya does not do a 2-seater version. I assume you mean the F-16s. That's a good question. As I say, a friend of mine who I was talking to last night, actually, he sort of worked on something about that. But Tamiya decided not to make the F-16 a 2-seater because Academy did it. So Academies, you can get, obviously, their F-16 in 32nd. It was a 2-seater before it was a single-seater. I know they released one, but that's how it was supposed to go. So that's why apparently Trump had decided they weren't going to go up against it. And to be honest, the Academy F-16 2-seater isn't a bad kit in 32nd.
It's strange, isn't it? Because it's only the F-16 and the Mosquito are the only 32nd kits that they've not bought out multiples of.
It was all, from what I was led to believe when we were talking about it, because actually we were talking about this last night, and it was true. It was very much a case of, it was supposed to be, originally, the single seat was going to be released. 6 months later, the 2-seat version was going to come out. And then apparently market conditions weren't conducive to it, so they decided not to do it. But that's why the breakdown is all there for it. It is there to this day. That's why the nose of both of them comes off to retrofit with like the Mozzie, whose 80th birthday today.
Is it?
It's 80 years of the Mosquito today. So obviously to do the other versions.
Yeah.
But decided not to do it.
It's an odd one, isn't it, really, from them not to do it? But, whereas that normal thing is like, well, Academy ain't making money for Tamiya and or wherever else. Kinetic obviously got their 2-seat 48th one, haven't they? And obviously there's only a single seat from Tamiya, so it's just like saying Kinetic ain't making money for Tamiya, are they? So you think they'd do it, especially with how many versions and what you can do with it. Would be
I have seen people graft on the front end on both sides on like the Kinetic F-16 2-seater onto the Tamiya body, and I've seen people do it with the front end of the Tamiya kit to the front end of the Academy. But in a lot of ways, for all the hassle that entails, I think you're better off just, having a more refined detailing, perhaps a little bit more rescribing and putting in the extras bits into the original kit than messing around. Because otherwise you end up with technically what is the Tamiya 32nd Tomcat, where the front end of it is different to the rear end of it. Rear end's all raised, front end's all recessed, and you're in, it's a horrible kit. So, yes.
Yeah. So, Soren's pot will the team be feasting on turkey?
No,
This week?
we wait till Christmas.
And
We've discussed we're not even going to have turkey at Christmas because we're only having
pizza, aren't you?
Us. Because it's only going to be us, so we decided we're going to stop in bed all day.
All right, you're going to have 3 families now.
No, but I don't want 3 families. I just want to be. It's all right being allowed 3 families, but it's.
Do you want them? Yeah, do you want 3 families? I tell you what, though, just going back to that, it's like for what it is and for what's going to happen in January, it's not worth it. Let's be honest, it's not, is it?
No.
The kickback of it for a few days of like, let's like, but, you know, it's just going to be stupid. It's a bit daft, really, but there you go.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes. So we'll do the questions, because we have questions today.
Yes, yes.
You can read them today, because I obviously can't read anything.
Okay, Darren says, for those who wish to purchase kits from PM Models or Sanders and Washes, what is your national and international deadline for Christmas delivery? I would say last week.
We did it. Hey, we did that question last week.
Oh, right. Did we say the same thing?
I've deleted it on mine. Has it
Oh,
not
right. Okay.
I've deleted it. Refresh.
Yeah, but once a week
Oh,
ago.
yeah. It's all right. I see you've deleted it. You've only just done that then, because I only put this on a second. All right, let me refresh my page. There we go.
So that must be a new question he's answered there, because it wasn't a week ago he's posted it. So.
Oh, right. Okay. But anyway, as for international shipping, to be honest, that's why I'm desperate to get the mugs out this week. I want them out before December, so you guys have all got them in time for Christmas, because the way post is and everything at the moment, as we all know, it's all going to fall apart and go tits up very quickly. So I would say if you are planning on ordering and various bits and pieces, if you do want them before Christmas, do it now. I think the international dates normally are around about nowish for rest of the world, zone 3, which is like Australia and those types of places. It's usually around about the first week in December for the USA and Canada. And the UK, I think it's around about the 14th, is it? Or 15th? But like John was saying, that's all out the window now, because they're only guaranteeing first class in 7 days, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, I think it was last Friday for us. For UK, guaranteed for Christmas. Never mind anywhere else. You've shot it, I reckon. You'll be lucky.
No.
You know.
So yeah, literally, I would say like all your Christmas shopping, not just us alone, anyone. I would say do it now, because I can imagine a lot of people are going to get deliveries between Christmas and New Year. Yeah. Look, love, here's your present. Told you I'd ordered it. Honest. Carlos says, any update on the Zucamori F4E, the long nose one? Anything on them?
Yeah, soon.
Supposed to be November, but want to know. We're still in November.
Well,
love the Kinetic Gold Harrier GR13, the kit you showed off. Are you going to be getting those in as well?
Hey, I tell you why he needs to be on stage, him, doesn't
he? Again, how long's a bit of string? We were saying it's been available now for months direct, so our supply hasn't got any in yet, have they?
Hey, talk to that. Me and Andy were looking around, and literally nobody has got them.
No,
not in this country.
I honestly think they are literally just doing it
out of spite.
Well, I'll not be funny. They were discounting it the other day quite heavily already.
Really?
Well, Harry.
Yeah, because obviously they're doing like Black Friday sales, pre-sale sales, and all the rest of it. So
I'll tell you what, that's a proper kick in the.
Yeah.
What should we call it? For retailers and for the importer as well. I think that's a bit. I don't know. That don't sit right at all.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so your best bet is to go to Lucky Model, because don't forget, Kinetic is owned by Lucky Model. So do that. Go and get it from there. You'll be better off. Stephen says, Phil, Matt and Andy, I'm looking for a 148 scale Gloucester Meteor F1. I know Tamiya did one many years ago. I don't know if it's still available. Enjoying the lockdown shows. I'm currently weathering stage on my F14 Tomcat. Oh, he's doing the A model. Nice. Can we still get them? Are they no longer available, are they? What?
Nope.
Can we get them in on a special? Good kit, that is.
Nope. Nor the F15. What they did. You can't get that either.
No.
That and the Dornier push me pull you thing that fetches silly money.
Yeah.
You can't get that either, not even on the special, because I was going to order said kits. I never thought about the Meteor, if I'm honest, but the little MiG was a nice kit, and obviously that Dornier. And no, they're not on. They're not on the special, so they're not doing them, which is very
what? You've jinxed that, because we've often said, haven't we, it's great how Tamiya don't take things off. They always have their full range, and now they're starting to do it.
The Skyray's gone, I think. Oh no, we can get the Skyray 48, sorry, on a special. But yeah, no, we can't get the Meteor. I think, if I remember rightly, it wasn't quite accurate.
Right.
I don't know why it wasn't accurate, but whether that's the reason they've dropped it, I don't know, because it's never stopped anybody before, has it? But,
I've often thought the cockpit looks a bit like the windscreen's flat on it, doesn't it?
Yeah. Looks
That's
like a mini,
my only point. I've often thought the cockpit isn't right on that kit because it's literally a flat window. You might as well put a windscreen wiper like on a bus on it because it does look very. I know some of them were like that, but theirs does look proper flat. It's got beautiful aerodynamics everywhere with a windscreen that's flat.
Yeah,
it's
like
like what was that about?
I know it's not an F1, but the Airfix F8's a nice kit to build. So
yes,
worth one.
Where is that? Have you got that up with you?
What, your meter?
My F8, yeah.
Yeah, it's upstairs.
Oh, is it? I was going to say it's not here, so I was just looking for it.
Yeah, it's upstairs. A nice kit that was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, it's a very nice kit. It goes together really, really nice. It's like their Hunter. They go together very good.
Yeah. But yeah, as far as I know, so it's second-hand lot, eBay, usual places to find one. So you can pick one up.
Carlos says, quick question. Watching a video about making stone filler, wanted to verify the ratio is 2:1. There is no ratio. Andy did point out it's 53.6, but I think probably not. But yeah, it's not. Literally, you just do it. Look, I have my car. So just chuck your plastic in and then put your thin, your tet into it, or your Tamiya extra thin. Just leave it for a couple of days to melt and then just literally have a play and just see what type of set. I have mine like PVA glue, literally. That's why it's on there. So it doesn't drip or run off. I've got another one which is a little bit thicker. And I used to have another one that's a little bit thinner, but to be honest, that one, I just bunged it because it wasn't doing well. But it is that thing. I keep mine like PVA. But what will happen is over time, it will naturally thicken up. As the extra thin evaporates, as you're using it, it will get thicker. So what I do is just literally get a couple of drops, put it back into it, give it a shake and all the rest of it. But I just keep it literally like PVA glue. And it's great for that. So just mix it to that consistency. But, you've got that thing. If it's very thin, it will obviously level out more. So it's great for just sort of self-leveling and all the rest of it. And obviously if it's thicker, you can make balls with it because I've done it before. I've made little lumps and various things as well, like for antennas and stuff, if you got it really thick. So you can have it to whatever state you like, really, is what works for you.
Well, like you said, if it gets too thick, add some more Tamiya extra thin to it, or if it's too thin, just keep adding.
Yeah, stick some more sprue sheet in it.
But only use the white card.
Yeah, don't use the big thing to this, and it is the biggest question I always get. People say to me, "Oh, it's crap and everything." Every time I've said to people, "What have you used for it?" and they've used sprue because they're technically that sprue goo, which is something from the 70s where people used to put in like ammonia, wouldn't it, and just melt it down that way. It's exactly that way of doing it. The trouble you get with that, one, it takes forever to dry sometimes, and secondly, it shrinks like hell. It's because the quality of the styrene, it's a different to what you get. So when you use actually proper white styrene sheet, it's refined. It's a bit like thinners. If you get like cheap, gnarly stuff, it's very rough. But if you get like odorless thinners and that, they're more refined. They tend to work a little bit better. It's exactly the same with styrene sheet. So that's just what I use anyway, and I've been using it for donkey's years, and it works a treat. Mark says, "Hi, Phil and Matt." I'll put Andy in. I'm after a kinetic F16 AM. Everyone's funny today. It's like stand up, isn't it? But they're out of stock. I'm still available. Again, do you want honest, Mark? Go to Lucky Model. We've probably got them in stock, piles of them. And just bring it in. Just be mindful that you might get a customs fee these charged, because I don't know quite if there's. I haven't bought anything directly off a Lucky Model in a long time, but they used to bring it in via Germany, so everything used to go to Germany, then come in, and it used to get round customs. I don't know if that's still the case, or even if that'll work. Don't forget, come January, that all goes out the window.
Surely, if they bring it in via Germany, they bring it in via our outlet in Germany.
I assume, yeah, that's what I always thought it was, but it's not, because when I've had stuff from them in the past, it's Hong Kong postmarked and everything, but it's come via Germany, so you don't get customs charges on it.
So then, what's his name mentioned in the forum that he bought a kit from the US that went via Germany, didn't it?
Yeah.
And he got proper stuff.
Yeah, but don't forget, you've only got it's Christmas Day today, the anniversary, so you got 6 weeks, 5-6 weeks. all of that goes out the window when we come out of the EU properly. All customs charges come into effect January the 1st.
Yep.
So that will stop as well, even if you're bringing it in that way.
Yep.
So yes, but no, honestly, that's probably what you do. We used to get them in. We used to sell loads of them, didn't we, Matt? The F-16, the European F-16s.
When we can get them, we do stock the F-16 AMs and, you know, pretty much most of the kinetic range, to be honest. You know, but it's obviously getting it and stocking it on a consistent basis at the minute. I think that's the problem. It's same with Kitty Hawk. When it comes, you get them, and once it's gone, if it's out of stock at obviously suppliers, you're waiting months and months.
The problem that we have, just being honest with people, because we've got direct communications with manufacturers as well, and I've spoken to the owner of Lucky Model. I've known Raymond many years about this, but he won't supply us because obviously he is in contract with importers. So depending on who you believe, you know, you've got this thing because you've obviously got the importer saying they can't get hold of the stock. You've got the manufacturer saying they don't order enough, but then obviously the importer doesn't want to sit on thousands and hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of kit in the warehouse. He can't shift. So you've always got that little balance. So it puts us in a really bad position though, because we have to buy off of our UK importer. And if he hasn't got them, and then it takes him 6 months to get some more in, it doesn't help us at any point. So it's that knock-on effect to you guys, and that's what we're saying. In some ways, this is where it's all falling apart. You know, you might as well go direct, and you can have the kit in 2 weeks, where it might take us 6 months, and there's nothing we can do about that, and can't get them in. Because, as I say, the manufacturer won't supply us direct, because obviously he would get in trouble for the importer, would give him grief because they're supplying us and we're supplying you. So our hands are tied. Technically, the importer hands are tied, and so is the manufacturer's hands are tied, because it all has to work seamlessly. Some companies, don't get me wrong, have got it really well. So there's various manufacturers that we deal with, and obviously importers. We often speak about Gary from Tiger Hobbies. He's one of the good guys, I think, because he always keeps you in the loop. You know, the great thing with Gary is if it's delayed, he'll tell you, and you'll get another time thing, and you can sort of, pass on the information and stuff like that, where other manufacturers won't tell you what's even going on. And you're often like, why? You must know, because I've had it out with a few manufacturers about stuff and said, well, where is it? Have you got it on order? Well, I don't know. Well, you must know if you got it on order even or not, but, you are. It is. It's a nightmare to deal with it. You're in, as soon as you get into that loop, it just goes round and round, and you might as well bang your head against the wall because you don't know what's going to happen.
It's like the Official Secrets Act with some of them, isn't it?
Oh, God, it is. Yeah, you think you're asking for state secrets with some of them. Yeah. It's like, well, we can't tell you that information. Well, why not?
Because we had it before, didn't we? I can't remember what kit it was, but like the person A had said that the importers had got it.
Yes.
So we were waiting for it all to come out, and it must have been sat in a container at the importers, and we were waiting months for it, weren't we?
Yeah.
That was Connecticut. I can't remember what Connecticut it was.
Yeah. But again, it was one of those things where it doesn't help us help you guys. That's the thing. And trust me, you might get annoyed with it, not half as annoyed as we get, because sometimes it's just so frustrating.
Yeah, because we know. I mean, we're knocking Connecticut at the minute, but it's because we're frustrated because we know we could sell their kits.
Yeah.
People want their kits. People are asking us constantly, especially about this Harrier, which is...
the Harrier, we could have sold seriously 100 of them easily, because people have been asking them solidly since it first got mentioned. And then it got put back a little bit, and we were like, it's been put back a little bit. And then it got released, and then we were waiting, and then just nothing, and to this day, has ever come through. And it's like, well, everybody else has got it now. Everyone else has got the kit, and we're seeing it. I've got one here, but it hasn't come from that. I've come from a friend of ours who sent me the kit to review it. But again, it's sat over there. There's no hurry for me to actually review it because we can't even get hold of it. So, that's the trouble.
And like we said before, you lose that golden time, don't you, where everybody wants them. They're going to buy them. And like I said, eventually everyone will get them and from other sources, and you've lost the...
Yes, you do.
That thing,
it is a bizarre set of circumstances sometimes. I'm sure that it's the same for most businesses have it, but you would think with a hobby thing, it's not a mass secret. It's not like company espionage, is it? Like you're an arms dealer or something else like that. We're talking plastic kits for Christ's sake, but oh God, nightmare dealing with some of them.
Again, though, I don't think it sits right with me that the people who are making them are selling them direct and bypassing. I just think that's a bit, I think that's not right, really. I know, obviously, from Kinetic's point of view, they have got an outlet, with Lucky Model and stuff. But Kitty Hawk, as far as I know, has not got one, and they're just selling them straight out of the factory. Now, there's obviously a reason behind it from them that we don't know about. But again, it's frustrating when obviously you get people asking for stuff and can you get here and all that, and you've got no idea. To be honest, you've got no dates, you've got no information. So it is what it is, isn't it? But yeah, it's annoying.
It is. It's just sometimes so frustrating, especially because this type of question comes up all the time. It's literally like, if I've heard it once, I've heard it a million times now. I said, when are you going to get the SU-25 Kitty Hawk in? And originally, I think this started when I did the Black Hawk review. The Black Hawk review was a pre-production kit I had, to be honest with you. It's through John, friend of mine. He's got a really good in with Kitty Hawk, and he builds it for magazines and stuff like that. And he knows a couple of the top people there, and, so that's fine. And what he does is literally he gets sent pre-production ones that come through, a bit like this type of situation. So he might get it a few months in advance. He builds it. He gives them back feedback on the kit. And any problems like he might find, like the instructions and all stuff like that, they're the ones I get and then review, you see. So that's why I often, you'll hear me say, is that take it somewhat with a pinch of salt. It might change because this is a pre-production run. Hence, whilst my kit had all the figures and it came with a Medal of Honor and all the other stuff in that box, where technically the one you guys all got didn't. And that's why I didn't know what it was going to come with, because it was a pre-production one. But that was a classic, because that kit was out basically a year before it came in the UK. So everybody else had got it, and everyone was asking me, where is it? And I'm like, I have no idea. Literally, it's available online, and I can see it online. It's on eBay even in the UK, where people have brought a few in and then were reselling them. But generally, our importer just didn't get them in, and it's a case of, well, why not? And you ask the question, and they're like, well, we're not sure they've been ordered. And it's like, what you trying to do to us, It's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Anyway, Robert says, PM order arrived today. Thank you, very much appreciated. This is from Robert. Hi. Just to show how strange deliveries are, it took 8 days to arrive. Where are you? Roger, do you remember, Robert, do you remember that one, Matt?
Yeah, I did look earlier. He's in Crawley.
Oh, Crawley. Right. He's in Crawley, is that it?
Yeah.
Gets worse.
So it's a run down the M1.
Yeah.
Okay. I ordered an airbrush part from Fort William and used the same service as PM used, and it arrived next day in Crawley.
There you go.
Just shows how erratic deliveries are. Just commenting and realise it's out of your hands, but appreciate you doing your best. May I ask, does cleaning airbrush by pinching the needle and blowing back through the air? Okay, this is one of those ones where it's one of those things you'll see a lot of modelers do. They'll grab the end and blow it through. Again, this is, what it's like sometimes where I don't know, because I can't imagine it would go in the seal and blow your seals, because it just bubbles in your colour cup. It's not putting any pressure, is it? If you were obviously, perhaps if you're in a situation where you bunged up your hole on the top of your colour cup cap and it couldn't get through, it might blow the back seal. But technically what you're doing is you're trapping the air and then it's circumventilating and coming technically out the top. Theoretically, it's a bad thing because air should never go that way, but I can't imagine it hurting anything. And also the thing is, you often get people saying it'll blow your seals. I can't imagine it would ever do that, because your seals are sat there and it just bubbles in your colour cup. It's not going back that way. It's coming out your colour cup, which is big. It's not putting any pressure towards your rear seals any more than it would be if it was just sat in your colour cup. So I can't actually understand any harm it could do. But the Puritans out there will say you shouldn't do it. And depending if you've got a pinch end or a normal end, it depends if you can do it or not. So
I tell you what, that's what you do. It could be self-paint, isn't it?
Well, yeah, that's the one. You look down at it and we've all been there.
You shouldn't do it, but we've all done it.
Yes.
I was about to say, hands up who hasn't done it.
Yeah.
I've done it no end of times because
Yeah,
it's
me
just
too.
like got that little blockage, just back.
Yeah.
But yeah, you shouldn't really. But yeah, you do it because it's convenient and easy to do, isn't it?
I know you get some people and they'll mix the paint that way because they say it blows it back along the needle and it mixing the paint. I don't think that works particularly well. I wouldn't try and do it for mixing paint, but I've seen people do it. They're like, I know you mix the paint and they just pinch in air and it bubbles in the colour cup, then they spray. I think you're better off properly mixing it than doing it. But I can't imagine it would hurt. I think it's one of those things where if you do it and it's fine, no problem at all, you know, and away you go. And it's a good way of clearing out your nozzle in theory, but if it's stuck in your nozzle, I don't think that would do it. I honestly think it would just go straight past it.
Yeah.
And the other thing as well, just saying about it, you know, just trying to think about this, if you do dislodge any crud, shall we say, from there, then it's now just loose around your colour cup. So you need to make sure you get it all out. Otherwise, the next time you do it, it's going to go down and bung up your needle.
Again.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless you clean your airbrush out, it's just going to keep doing it.
Yeah, that's it. If you're just bubbling it around and tipping it out, you have to make sure you flush it all out. Otherwise, it's just going to do it again.
You'll probably get like a few seconds of it spraying all right, and then it'll just suck the lumps back in. And
that's it. And you're stuck again.
Nozzle.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't know.
Ian, hi team. I asked Phil in a PM. I know he gets lots and he's probably missed it. I did. Sorry, I did because I obviously didn't see it. So I went back and I found it literally just before we came on air. And he was asking about the 187 Rebel Big Boy locomotive for the 60s group build. And it says on the box it was in service until 1961. So yes, of course, that would count.
Yeah.
It was working and it was in service, absolutely fine. So you'd be fine to do that as a 60s build. James says, afternoon all, will PM be getting Tamiya's new tooled 148 scale T3485 on pre-order once it's officially released? Has it been released yet?
Once we officially know about it, probably.
I was going to say, do we officially know about that yet?
So where did we hear about this, James? Because Andy's had a look and can't find note, can you?
No, I can't find anything sort of like, official or anything where that's, sort of...
You found anything unofficial?
Yes, what
Not
about
really,
unofficial?
no,
Andy's on the dark web.
The problem is because they already do a 48T...
Sits there with a hoodie on with a light.
white mask.
Yeah, that's it, a white mask, yeah.
Because they already do one, every time you do any searching for it, it just comes up with the one that they already do, so it's a bit...
So what do they do, a 74?
I don't know, let me search again.
Not an 85, they're doing an early one, is it?
No, Tammy, they probably do the... Tammy, no, sorry, Hobby Boss do one. Tammy, do a T3485.
What, in 48?
Yeah.
So you do it?
I do it, yeah, but it's from 1970.
Yeah, I was going to say, is it one of the old ones?
Oh, that's the 76. Then they did in 2005. That's the 76.
What about an 85?
Well, that's weird because on Scalemates it's showing the picture as an 85.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that is the new one then.
It could be. I've not heard anything and I've not been told anything, so...
Oh, no, sorry, Status Future, yeah. Sorry, no, you're right. It is.
Right, there you go, look. Yeah, somebody on another channel has done a review of it. And we don't know who he is.
Timeline, though.
And we're not giving him any airspace. No offence to him. It's probably a lovely bloke, but... like I say, once I get some info from our end about it, yeah, if anybody's interested, we can put it up for pre-order, yeah. So I've got no prices, I've had no details from Hobby Company or obviously the Emporium in the UK about it, so I can't do anything until I know more info on it.
So to guess, that was the box that he was holding back, said that he couldn't say what it was.
Yeah, probably. So,
we mentioned it on a show the other day, didn't we, Phil?
So yeah.
Yes. Quick one just here, guys. We'll just spread the questions around a bit so I don't go. Just say, does leaving EU mean that UK prices are about to go through the roof?
Absolutely.
Yeah, by now.
By now.
By now. obviously the big thing is a lot of people talking about trade deals and things like that. Don't forget, Gary pointed out the other day, import duty on kits is something like 4.5%. So from that point of view, unless there's trade deals done and all the rest of it, hobby kits aren't massive anyway. It's not like you've massive tariff on those. So there might be a few % difference in things. But when you're talking that, a lot of suppliers, and we've spoken to one of our suppliers, I won't name drop them in case they don't want to talk about it. But like Dave said, they've been absorbing price increases for many years. And obviously when it's just a few % they factor in and they can do it as long as they possibly can. And I think you'll find that most of the UK importers and things like that will try and do that. That if the tariff does shift somewhat, that maybe that they'll be able to absorb, because it's only technically a couple of %, and they might put prices up on different things to, sort of factor it all in. But hopefully it shouldn't make a massive amount of difference, because don't forget, the VAT all goes around in a giant circle anyway. So, so from that point of view, I don't think it's going to make a huge difference. I don't think suddenly kits that cost at the moment 30 quid are suddenly going to cost 50, put it like that. You might notice a couple of quid, but...
I've copied the...
What are you doing?
Is he doing
I've
something?
copied the
What's he
address
doing?
to the forum, and I've ended up putting someone's email address up.
Oh, look.
Don't forget that email.
Can you just, hey, David Chandler can't see the questions that you're thinking. Can you just show him where it is on where you're reading from on the
second? How I ended up copying that, but you an old email address that I'd copied. And
I'm not seeing questions that are being asked in the forum today. It's just in our questions area. So if you go up here, go to the if I don't, I'll show you in here. So this is the forum, obviously. If you just go questions for the team, which is over here on the end of like the live show jobbies, and it's in here. If you go in there, and then obviously you get Thursdays, Tuesdays, and obviously today's are on Wednesdays. PM show. Yeah. And that's it. That's where we are.
Hey, look, got an echo, look. On chat.
Oh, look. Yeah, look. Echo. There you go.
Andy, do it again. Another one.
Oh, I've lost where we are now. Where are we? We did the locomotive. We did that one. We've got that one coming up in a second. Right, and just to answer the other one, because it was quite an interesting one. Christopher says, as this is the PM show, a question to Matt. Waiting to move to Dawlish from Milton Keynes. Since July, COVID problems. Can I buy stock from you? And you can hold it until he moves. As long as he pays for it, then we'll ship it when you're ready, isn't it?
Yeah.
So absolutely. If you want to put in an order, just send us a message at the time saying, hold it back until I'm ready, and then obviously do it. You will have to pay for it just in case you decide to do a runner. Obviously we don't want to have stock sat there for months. But I have to say, beautiful place. I'm only up the road. It's from Dawlish. Dawlish is probably about, realistically, half-hour drive. It's not very far on the map, but the road's rubbish. But obviously you're just moving along the south coast where I am.
Yeah, we went to Dawlish.
Yeah, we've all been to Dawlish.
I think Lydia made a little pot or something when we were in Dawlish. I'm sure she did.
Unfortunately, we've got trouble with the swans at the moment. The black swans are all dying. They've all got some bird disease.
Have they?
Yeah, it's bad because Dawlish is very famous for black swans. There's a stream that runs down to the river, right the way through the town. They're all there. And unfortunately, they've got a virus. Not quite COVID, but...
As a railway.
Well, you next time you come down, you'll have to see it because they've built the new bit now. It's a new seawall defence system, and obviously they want to put it all the way, and then all the way to me, which is Timber. Timber's literally at the end here. If you follow my river, you end up in Timber. Yeah. So they're putting a brand new seawall defence because a couple of years ago it got completely washed out. I mean, the tracks were just hanging in midair. And so anyway, they've got a proper big sea wall down there. Now, phase 1 was completed just recently. So, so you'll be local to me. So yes, of course we can hold your stuff. But you say you will have to pay, and then just let us know when you want it, and we'll ship it. Yeah,
just send me an email as well, just to say keep hold of it.
Yeah, because otherwise it will just go straight out. I have people say to me, "Can you hold on to it?" Too late, I've already shipped it.
Yeah. There is an area in the shop in the map for
with
old orders.
Yeah, there could be. I am running out of space in it, to be honest, but we'll find somewhere to put it out of the way.
Right, Chuck says, "Hi team, I'm spraying with Meng paints, which are pure acrylic. Anyone use theirs?"
It's AK, isn't it?
I was
Is it
going to
AK
say, are they
or
AK or MIGs or someone?
no? The AKs, I think.
All right, okay. I've put a few drops of retarder, and I'm doing a mix of 60-40 twice now. My tip is clogging severely. However, I made sure no lacquer thinner or self-levelings was in the brush all before I started. What do I need to do? Put more retarder into the paint and maybe squirt a little on through the brush first, or less retarder?
What? Hold on a minute. Is he using thinners? Because I think he's just looking at that. Is he just using paint and retarder? Because that's not going to work. You need to actually put thinners in and a couple of drops of retarder in your thinners.
It says no. If you said a few drops of retarder and then doing a mix of 60-40.
Yeah, but he's not mentioning thinners. What thinners is he using? That could be the problem.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I find with retarder, it's one of those things you don't need a lot. I don't, because obviously if you put retarder in, you're going to be thinning it. So what I tend to do is I'll mix up my paint when I do use acrylics, and I'll then just put in like a drop into a colour cup of retarder, and that's normally it. And off you go. You don't need gallons of it.
In the Tamiya retarder,
Yeah.
I literally get a paintbrush like that, the blunt end of the paintbrush.
Mm-hmm.
I got that, and then whatever
One
drops
drop.
off the end
Yes.
into a colour cup, and that's about as much as I put in.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 drops if it's quite a bit in, but that's as much as I put in of Tamiya retardant. It always seems to do the job.
I say, we could do a bit more thingy on your thinners. What thinners are you using?
I can tell him exactly what to do.
Well, use lacquers.
Yeah.
Yeah, switch paints.
Switch paint. To be honest with you, if it's the AK one, it's very thin, their stuff anyway. So by the time you got retarder into it as well, you are probably into the sort of 60-40 range of being thinned anyway. So it really shouldn't be a problem. The only thing you can do as well is that you can get stuff called like needle juice and stuff like that, can't you? Which you can get a cotton bud and just wipe it onto the needle, and it's good for about an hour. And it stops anything sticking to your needle because it just makes it slippy. So it just goes off. If it works or not, I don't know, but that's what they claim.
Right, he's using AK's airbrush acrylic thinner, so I've never used main paints. I've never sprayed them, and I don't know, because without using it, I don't know what it's like, if I'm honest.
There's something in here somewhere. Let's see if we can have a quick.
Again, how warm is it where you are as well? Daft as it may sound, it could be temperature. I don't know.
Which ones? Oh no, I've got. So would it be the same as them then? They're Meng.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
That's Tackham, isn't it?
Yeah, it's MIG paint, so isn't it?
Well, MIG stuff we know is very thin.
He's got Meng with your AK. Lynn's asking you about his mugs.
What about it?
I don't know. Have you he's not had a thing to say they've been sent?
If he ordered one, he will get it.
2. I would like to know if my request for 2 months ever got through to the site, because Phil has said the US orders have gone out and I didn't get request for payment.
It wasn't like that. It was just on there. You just clicked and bought it. There was no pre-order as such. It was just click and buy on the site.
There you go, Lynn. You've got to click and buy them. You just no pre-order.
So what you want to do is go to where it is on the forum. I can't show it again because I'm not changing the password again. But go into there again, okay, and pop your email address in. When the last batch go through, because I am going to have to order some more because there's about 50 of you want more. And then obviously I will do that, and then that way you can then purchase and we'll go through for the final one. I'll speak to Mr. Mugg. He's supposed to be getting back to me with the price, because obviously we did a deal for the first sort of 350, and then that was supposed to be it. But I have asked him for more, and he's getting back to me on a price because he hasn't actually got the mugs, because obviously they're coloured internally, and he gets them from somewhere in Europe. So he's got to get a price to get them in to be able to do it. He can do it really quick because he's been fantastic, to be honest.
Hold on a minute. Sorry, tell me what you say. I want to just say something when you've done.
Yeah.
You stop. You stop. Stop. You carry on. You stop.
Right. So the thing is, as soon as I get another price, and we can confirm we can still do it for $9.99 a mug, if it's coming in at the right price, then is. If you can't get them in at that price, they might be another quid more expensive, because that's what I'm waiting to find out, if it's going to be $9.99 or if it might be $10.99. Because we did a deal for 350 mugs. He might not, as he points out, be able to do it at the same price if we're just ordering another 50 or so. So I'm waiting for him to come back on to me. So he should be good. He's been absolutely fantastic, to be honest, getting these mugs to us as quick as he has. So as soon as I hear back, obviously we'll then release the next pre-order and can go for it from that. Right, go for it, Andy.
Right, Andy, just before you think obviously this is the PM show and not a Q&A.
Yes.
So I'm thinking, if Chuck's going to watch tomorrow, if you can watch tomorrow or Andy will do a full demo when he's got more time to show how he uses these paints, because obviously we're 3:10 now and obviously it's a different show.
I'd just say, I've never used them before, so how I use them, I don't know, but I'll try them tomorrow and we'll have a...
So are they AKs or are they mix?
AK. It says on the bottom.
AK, yeah. AK.
Oh, right, okay.
It does, yeah, it does.
I've just answered Matt's thing. I've answered it on here because he's just put, do like a paint smell and are they harmful? I've just put yes and yes.
But then so is acrylic.
Hey?
And so is acrylic.
Yes, all paint is harmful.
We all have to say this because we say it every show. Just because it's acrylic doesn't mean it's good for the fish.
Yeah.
And your children and parrots and dogs and dolphins and everything. So nothing is dolphin friendly in this world. No matter what it is, you should be wearing a mask and everything else that goes with it.
Yeah. Yeah. You definitely should.
Tim says, Matt and Andy, will you be getting in the Takum battleship turrets? Really fancy one for the group build.
Yes, but whether we get them in time for your group build's another matter. That's the other thing, isn't it? How long's the ICs one? A year?
Yeah, that's
18 months.
Yeah, that's going to be a while ago, yeah, isn't it? It's at the back end of the year next year.
No, it's the first one, isn't it?
Is it?
Oh no, is that the 60s one? What's the first one?
60s one is Swinging 60s, the first one, isn't it?
Is it? I thought the ICs one was first.
Andy, check.
Andy, have a look.
Andy, IT Andy, get on with it. Last time you bought a kit from Lucky Model, it came via Germany. All the ones I've ever had out of Lucky Model, and to be honest, I've had quite a bit out of them. They do come via Germany. Anyway, you got stung by duty anyway. That was about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
I think it was the first time it had happened. Trust me, as of 1st of January, everyone's going to get stung. We've got to get their money back somehow, this government.
Yeah, got all that PPE to pay for.
Yeah, got all that PPE that's doing nothing, sat in a warehouse and in containers sat in a port.
Yeah.
Clive says, thanks Matt for sending out the paints. They arrived yesterday. We'll be priming and painting spoons red this evening. Last week I had an email from Airfix for the Spitfire Mark 5C. I was assuming it's the new 72nd Spitfire, the one that Pranjit is working on. I'm wondering if PM will be doing a pre-order. That's a lot of P's in that sentence.
Clive has actually sent me a PM about this, and I've spoken to Matt about it.
We're going to stock it. We ain't going to pre-order it, if I'm honest. It's like...
To be honest, being an Airfix item, it's probably going to be...
Peanuts.
Peanuts. It'll be an easy one for us to... Yeah.
I think it's like a £10 kit. And
Yeah. But we're definitely stocking it, but we're not doing a pre-order on it.
Clive saying down in here, Airfix has its own online shop in a very similar way to Kinetic. I prefer to buy from my local online shops. The difference is, Airfix though, although they have their own store and obviously are doing it, they're very open about it. But in other ways, Airfix are one of the worst companies to deal with, because unless you've got a bricks and mortar store, they will not deal with you.
Yeah.
So, it's different for us because we've got a proper store. But I know other people who didn't have a store, who they basically just turned around one day and said, not dealing with you anymore.
Again, though, they were trying to cut out the people selling out the bedroom on eBay.
Yeah, that's what was true.
And undercutting people like us and everybody else, which was very annoying. And then obviously dodging around stuff.
Yeah.
And doing it that way. And I presume I've noticed and stuff, a lot of them sellers aren't gone.
They have, yeah, they've gone there.
Which I think's fair. to be honest. So if you're
Oh,
trying
it
to make an
is,
honest
absolutely.
living, shall we say, by doing this, and then somebody's selling it out of the garage and can undercut you because they've got no overheads.
No.
You know, I know it's like the way of the world and stuff, but yeah, I can see their figure. And a couple of, a lot of our suppliers are the same. You've got to have a proper bricks and mortar shop. They won't just give you an account willy-nilly. So, yeah.
David's put this question up somewhere else, and now he's put it in here. Because I've seen it somewhere else. We were talking about this. Can we not just spam every page, guys? If you're going to put it in an area, leave it in one, because otherwise we'll get to it tomorrow and I'll read it out again. Anyway, David is basically saying, hey, Phil, have you ever considered having a section on the website that ranks all the model kits that you have reviewed? Did we say this one yesterday?
Yeah. You read it out to me. And I
don't know if we read it out, because I must admit, I remember talking to you guys about it.
Yeah.
By this, I mean something really simple, that is the names followed by the kit by such a thing as A, B, or C. Again, this is one of those areas where it's very difficult, because I think we were talking to the guys about it. We were discussing reviews and stuff like that, like we do. But again, it's subjective to me, because I review it without building it. So I can't say any kit is a fantastic kit, because I've had guys say to me, quite sometimes aggressively, I would have to say, you're a fucking idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. That kit doesn't even go together. Yet you said it was fantastic. Well, I've just looked at the fucking plastic. You know, you can't give me grief for it. I don't know if it goes together or not. I'm looking at it in the thing. Then I get people say, well, you should build every kit. What? You know, but as I said, I've already discussed this. I'm quite happy to put them together like that, not painted and all the rest of it. And I can tell you if it goes together then. But there's no way you could ever paint or weather it. And as far as I'm concerned, that's like building half a kit. Because I'd like to paint and weather it. I don't just want to sit here assembling bits of plastics. That's boring. You know, you want to do the painting and the detailing and all the stuff that goes with it. But, you know, that's what you're up against as a reviewer. Because also you've got that thing, and I think that's what we're talking about. It's like the B17. If you listen to what people said, that thing's unbuildable. Yeah, I never had a problem with it. So it's very, very difficult. So for me to give a kit a rating of like A through D, you know, you're really putting yourself out there, aren't you? Because you called it an A, you called it a B, and it's a D, and I called it a D, and it's an A. Oh no, I'm not getting strung up like that. I get enough flack for doing this job as it is. I know they always say if you stick your head up, you expect to get it shot at, and I appreciate that, and that's why I do it. But I only want to take so many shots.
I'll tell you what, carry on, Phil. The rating's going through the roof because you're in a rant. Carry on.
That's it. Shall I have a rant? Rant me up. That's it. But that's the trouble you get. I think as a reviewer, you have to understand as well that when I review, I like to do what I call it's a snapshot, because I'm not like a lot of reviewers that are out there who will then sit and troll the internet, watch everybody else's review, then they'll do it. I like to do my reviews blind. So I've got nobody's impressions put onto me, because I've done it before where I've seen somebody's review and then I've looked for it. And I don't think that's the right thing, because I'll get people and they'll say, oh, this is wrong with it, or there's something here and all the rest of it. But then if I'm doing that, it's not my review. You might as well watch the other person's. And that's why I say a lot of the times, always watch a few different reviewers and see, you know, all the different versions out there. If you want to be one of these people who review a kit and they're on scale mates and they've got the full history of the kit, they've got 20 different reviewers and they're taking bits from all of them for that definitive review, that's fair enough. But for me, I like to do it with this one, especially it was a nice one because clearly this isn't even out yet. You get a kit and you're the first one to see it and it's my thoughts on it. And luckily, because I have built quite a few kits over the years, I tend to always do that thing where, you know, I'll give obviously the good points, you'll get the bad points, and then you'll get the overall impression. And I like to think I'm very fair of how I do reviews, because other times I have heard people do reviews of ones I've done, and people have said, have you seen this review of it? And I've gone and watched it, and they've just kicked it to death. And I think, really? It's not that bad. You know, but if you watch that review, you'd never build it. And yet I've reviewed it and said, actually, it's all right. But I haven't built it. They've built it, said it doesn't go together. But does it? It might be them, and they're just shit at building.
Go on. Go on.
You tell them how much sleep.
Also, a lot of times, it shouldn't really matter what the review's like. If it's a kit that you want to build and it's the only one available,
absolutely.
Then if it's a D, then so why not build it? You know, just because it's a D. If it's what you want to build, then build the thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we often say about it. I think a good example is that kit behind Matt there, that Bison. It's an awful kit. But it's not unbuildable. You're just going to have to put a lot of work into it, a lot of sanding, filling, rescribing, re-riveting, no doubt, and all the rest of it, and just really polish the kit. But there's nothing unbuildable about it, and it would look fantastic when it's done. And the big thing is, it's the only one. So what are you going to do?
Exactly. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll have Nathan tomorrow with what he's just built.
Yeah.
In record time, he's put the Pembroke together, painted it, and it'll be finished. And it looks stunning, doesn't it? You know, we've seen the photos. He's done a cracking job of it, and it's not an easy kit. I know from obviously off building mine. It is. It's not a shake and bake kit. It's a bit of work, but he's put the work in, and it does look good. Yeah. And it's the only Pembroke, as far as I know, in 77. Well, there is another one, but I don't think that's any better either. And like I say, if it's a subject you're interested in, or if obviously it's fitted with the Luftwaffe SIG, so that's why he's built it, then that's. You say you can't rate kits. You just can't do it because your opinion's different to my opinion on stuff, innit? And like Andy's opinion could be different to me and you, and like
there is obviously, and that's why I try and take the middle road, if you know what I mean. I don't like to look at a kit as a professional model maker or as an amateur model maker. I just tend to take it and you look at the kit on face value. You know, I look at the plastic and I'm looking at the quality about it, how sharp it's molded, various things like that. And obviously you're looking out for the big mistakes, i.e. massive great sink marks. We saw them in the Tornado, you know, or you've got ejector pins that are blatantly in a really stupid place to put them that are going to be a right pain in the ass to deal with, you know, and things like that. So you're looking for the big things. As for the rest of it, it's up to the modeler. You know, it's the modeler at the end of the day to work his magic or to do it to his standard. But does that mean he has to get rid of that ejector pin mark, which is in a crap place? Or do you just think, stuff it, I'll leave it because no one's going to see it? You know, and that's the beauty about what we do as a hobby, you know? It's not Lego. With Lego, every brick, it'll go the same way. And if you gave 10 people a Lego kit, you're going to get 10 exactly the same. Plastic modelling, you give 10 kits, you'll get 10 different models. Different standards, different way, different painting. And that's the nice thing with it.
It's like, going back to the Pembroke, you'd probably rated that as an F, but Nathan's really enjoyed building that. If you went with, say, a Tamiya Tamiya 32nd Mosquito with all the ejection pin marks, you'd have probably marked that down as a B or a C.
Yeah.
But the HK Mosquito probably hasn't got those in the same places.
No.
You might have marked that as an A or a B.
Yeah.
Yet the Tamiya one's still probably a better kit. Than the HK one is.
Yeah, you have to look at it as an overall, I think, a lot of the time. Yeah, the classic is that, you know, we're talking about kits really enjoyed like Nathan. The amount of people, when I said I was going to do the 72nd Bear Bomber, the TU-95, the trumpeter kit, because it's an old dog of a kit, and everyone knows it's awful. And, you know, and it was one of those, I really enjoyed the build. I had a right nice time doing that, and it's full of filler. And we re-riveted and re-scribed the entire thing and everything to it. But it's there and I think it looks great. And I really, really enjoyed the build. And it was one of those strange ones because when I finished it, I was really sad. Yeah, I was disappointed that we'd finished it. I could have carried on for that for ages because it had such a sense of, you know, appreciation, done it all. And I think obviously there's a lot of lessons learned with that one because obviously re-riveting it, re-scribing it. I've never been good at either of them. And actually it turned out all right. So I was happy with the finish, happy with the weathering. Generally, from an overall, I was probably 90% happy with the kit, you know. But loads of people said, oh, Jesus, why would you do that? It's an awful kit. But, you know, as you say, it's one of those good ones to work with.
Because it's a cool subject.
Yeah, and that is the other thing as well. Because like we were saying, like, you know, a lot of kits out there, the kits that are really bad, people don't build them because of it. So you'll be the only one with it because it's cool then. It gives it a sort of bit more credibility to it because it's a good kit to work with. You know, really, it's like the B-52. The B-52, to be honest, the kit itself is mediocre at best. You know, it's nothing massively brilliant about it, but it turned out absolutely fantastic. Very, very happy with it and all the rest of it. But then again, we re-riveted it. We gave it a few little details. Obviously, we did the stress skin with it. So it made it really sort of nice to do. Where other kits you do, like the Tamiya F14, because we've been talking about that this week, to be honest with you, it went together fantastic and it's a great kit, but I can't remember building it because it went together flawlessly. You know, it's not like it gave you a challenge and you remember that kit because of the problems it gave you. Because it went together so well, I don't really remember building it. It just worked, you know? And so in some ways, was that an enjoyable build? Can't remember doing it.
Yeah, well, that's it, isn't it? I mean, we've got a question here, just back to sort of PM stuff, if that makes sense. Any plans to stock diorama stuff? As this hobby cost me a small fortune this year, I thought, why not buy something else? To be honest, the problem with diorama stuff is it's vast. It is absolutely vast, and it's pretty niche as well.
The PM store's got loads of diorama stuff in, just it's all mats.
Yeah.
And to be honest, it's where to start, because obviously we need to stock stuff that we're going to sell.
Yeah.
As brutal as it may sound, we need to make sure that what we get in, we can shift so we can restock or invest in other things. And I think sort of diorama stuff is a bit niche at the minute. I'm not say would never stock in it, but at the minute we've got no plans to in the future. And I mean, if you go back and can watch Kev's some sort of seminar he did up on there, Kev don't spend any money on his.
No, he comes out of his garden.
He's tight as oak. But to be honest, what he does is fantastic, isn't it?
God, yeah.
And proves you can build a fantastic diorama and spend hardly any money.
Yeah.
Which is, all this ready-made stuff, the grass and all that stuff that you can go out and buy from railroad shops and obviously people who do the diorama stuff. You don't really need to. Just a bit of thought around it, a bit of thinking outside the box.
Absolutely. But
And
it's true. If you see what Kev does, isn't it? Because again, he's got little pots of grit, and he's like, I'll get this out the gutter because it's washed, rained off, and it's perfect. It's really small, fine stuff. So he says you just scoop it out the gutter, put it in a pot, keeps it. He gets these bits from here, bits of that there, and it's all stuff out the garden. And it's like, Christ, it's better than what you will buy from, these little bags that are a couple of quid a pot, of all of those. So it just shows, really.
I mean, the grass, that long grass he had is just out of a hanging basket from B&Q. It's just the liner, and he's cut it up, and you can. Honestly, if you could go back to find it, it must be somewhere about. Is it his thing? Is it on the side?
Yes, he is. I don't know where we put it now. I think he may be on. Did we have it on the YouTube channel as one of the specials? I think he may be in there as well.
I don't know, but yeah, if you can find it, where Kev came up here and, like I say, did a seminar, watch it because it's really interesting. You'll definitely learn a lot from it anyway, because I did. So yeah.
Is it the one I recorded, or?
Yeah, I think you recorded it.
Or me, one of us, both of us. I think we both recorded it.
You were chatting to Kev in the morning, and Andy was filming it. It was, you were chatting to Kev, and then he did another little one in the afternoon, and I was like listening to him.
Yeah, it was on the forum somewhere. I can't think where.
I was going to say, I know. Yeah, Andy filmed the morning one. I did the afternoon.
So
I was interviewing him and talked to him, wasn't it? And Andy filmed me, and then you did it with Kev, and I videoed you.
If Kev will do it again, what would Thingy to do is, like, obviously when we're a bit more back to normal, is either get him round to Phil's and make him do all again, and Phil will record it, with his camera, or if he comes back up here, we'll do. Now we've got the studio, we could get him to do it in here. I don't know. We'll have to ask Kev to see if he's comfortable doing it. We don't want to force him, but it'd be nice to actually
get. He doesn't have a choice. I'll kidnap him again, chuck him in the car, and drive him up. Fine.
And ask him if he'd do it again, and then do it as a standalone video, so you can just go and find it, and it'll be in the tutorial area or somewhere on the site. Yeah.
Yeah. No, not a problem.
Cool, but obviously that's not going to happen not yet anyway. But yeah.
One of the guys in YouTube chat was asking if the Border Models Crusader is a new tool. Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Alex is saying here, quick question about the P47 32nd scale, Trumpy or Hasegawa?
Say again, mate.
Trumpy kit or the Hasegawa kit?
For what?
32nd P47.
Oh God, Hasegawa's.
Got a Dottie May. Good old Dottie May, bless her. Still got
the only thing is they only do the bubble top one. The Razorback is the Trumpy one.
Yeah, if you want a Razorback, you have to do Trumpy.
It's not
Hasegawa
great.
Never did it.
It's not great, but it is a Razorback, I think.
Yes, I've got Dottie May down there to do again. I'd like to do it again and re-rivet it. The only thing is, that's what it's missing. The Hasegawa kit now must be, what, 90s?
Oh, probably.
Back
I don't
in the
know what it
day,
is.
so she's just showing her age from that point of view. So in some ways, she could do with like re-riveting, just if you wanted to. Obviously, you don't have to. But in 30 seconds, it's blatantly missing it. So
Yeah.
you might want to just give it a bit of a whiz round with a Rosie the Riveter, which is what I intend to do to it when I get round to doing it.
Yeah. I say the thing is, though, I actually like the Razorback version of the bubble top. So
Yeah.
if I did want to do one, I built obviously the Tamiya one, the 48th one, which is just a brilliant kit. But yeah, if it was 30-second, then obviously, because you can get the 124th one as well, can't you? The Kinetic, which is the
And
old
that one's
20.
both, isn't it? You can do the Razorback and the bubble out of that kit.
Oh, right, I don't know, because I know they do them separate, don't they, in 124th? I mean, it's a big plane, isn't it? Can you
No,
imagine
it's
that?
huge. I know.
Bloody
I used
you
to have
had
it here,
one.
didn't I? I sold mine.
Yeah,
But
you had one, didn't you?
yeah, I have one here. It is a huge
square
thing.
box, isn't it?
Yeah, it's strange because the box isn't that big because it's deep and it's square.
Yeah.
But it's bloody huge, that thing. But again, the trouble is, in that scale, it needs all the detail, and that's what that kit's really lacking is detail. You know, you need to get in there and re-rivet it, add all the bits to it, and make it really nice. Because in that scale, it's very appreciable that it's lacking in that. What do we got down in here? Thank you for your efforts. Thank you for your efforts that you put into reviews. I know they are the least concise reviews to review. Always enjoy them. Good on Phil. Thank you. Phil's impartial. Some reviewers aren't. Speaking of which, I'm not going to name it because I will not stoop that low. But I had another message yesterday from a YouTube reviewer who wanted some of our Sanders to review this time. And he would give me a favourable review if I sent him a full pack of one of everything. So that's nice, isn't it? So I'll just send him like 80 quid's worth of Sanders and get a good review for it. Thanks. Not going to review him, is he?
Hey, no, like a bit of bribery, eh?
Yeah, that's it. But that's what they say. I'll give you a favourable review if you send me free of charge all of your Sanders.
Are you sure you don't want to name and shame?
I could do, but I won't. But it happens a lot. Trust me. As a matter of fact, I think some people forget also who I am. They just literally blanket, obviously, loads of companies. And I get them as well come through, and they don't obviously realise I do this. They just think I'm a manufacturer or something, and they're like, we can give you on my YouTube channel. I've got so many thousand views, and my Facebook does this so many thousand views, and all the rest of it. And it's like I can get you exposure, and I'll give you a positive review in exchange for. And it's like, really.
But then other people quite openly use your products and pay for them themselves, don't they? Don't shout it.
I know, absolutely. Absolutely. As I said, I've never paid for a review. I'm not starting now. I've done the last 20 years doing it and got away with it. I built a lot of Italeri trucks. They are almost never built out of the box. They would be like toys if you did that. Absolutely. Well, I say I did that big Kenworth. Really, really enjoyed that. But again, the trouble you have, because it had the pre-chromed parts, they look toyish. So that's when I ended up stripping it all off and priming them and redoing them with Molotov to give it that proper luster instead of a plasticky look. And then obviously full paint job and everything else just to give them the depth.
Yeah.
And it is. As soon as you get into the big scales, like we spoke about it before, when I did the space shuttle, I got that big 70-second space shuttle. I'm not going to get it down because it's this big. That's a classic because when you opened up the box, it looked like an oxygen tank you'd stick on your back. And the space shuttle looked like Mattel special. And it needs all the paintwork and it needed all that decals with all the tiles and everything put onto it. Otherwise, it looks like a toy. And that's the trouble. As soon as you start getting, I think, above 24 scale, you've got to do it because it's a bit like those Merit 16th scale kits. They look like kids' toys, you know?
Yeah. Have you seen the 1/18 Sabre?
No.
Yeah. Obviously, what used to be Merit into, or what they call now, I Love Models.
I Love Models, isn't it?
Because we're just reminding me saying that because obviously people's been on about an F86, haven't they? And obviously there's the old Academy one which Andy's got.
Yeah. I've got the what is famous aircraft, isn't it?
Yeah, the Dragon, Puff the Magic Dragon.
Puff Magic, yeah.
Is it Puff the? Was that a B-24? No, that's a B-24, isn't it? What's it like? The Huff.
It's the Huff. Yeah, that's it.
Huff, yeah.
Anyway,
That was odd.
And then obviously the Asagawa one.
Mm.
In 48th, we're talking here.
Mm-hmm.
And neither of them are available. And
Right.
yet, for such an iconic aircraft, it's a bit criminal, isn't it?
Because Academy did one as well, didn't they?
Yeah, that's what we're just on about. He's got
Yeah.
it. But it's not available. They're not.
No.
It's not in production. And obviously, the Asagawa one got reboxed by that.
It's the one I did, wasn't it?
Edard,
Edard.
didn't
Yeah.
they? But obviously, getting Asagawa kits over here is a problem. That's the one. The Ultimate Sabre, that box in there, which Andy's got, is Asagawa kit, which is a great kit.
Yeah.
Could be yours for £500.
Just say it's a bit. Yeah, it's obviously the Airfix one, the Canadair one's coming out, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At some point in the future, and it's got a different wing apparently than the one you've got. Is it? The wing's different.
Is it the wing?
Oh, is it?
It's different.
Yeah, who was asking? Was it Nathan or whatever last night?
I was asking.
Yeah.
I must admit, no, because this has got a wing fence on as well, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
got an extra wing fence on it.
I don't know. Unless when we get the kit in, you'll have to do a bit of a side by side, see what the difference is.
Hold on. Oh, mine is in a plastic tub. If I would stop talking, did I just talk over this? There's
Yeah.
me describing everything I've done to it. Hold on, it's at the end here, somewhere. About here. There you go. Yeah, it's got little fences
Looks lovely.
on that one.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Well, again, for a 48 Sabre not to be available is a bit wrong.
Yes, absolutely.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
And getting this 1/18th one, like you were saying, is going to be very toy-like and very big.
It's be huge. Again, don't get me wrong. I've done some of those. There used to be the thing where I used to go around and repaint and redo and all of that stuff, and used to quite enjoy doing it. But the trouble you have in that scale is obviously there's not many decals available. So if you're going to repaint it, you're going to have to somehow redo it. So it's either print your own decals or stencil it. So yes, but no, she was all right. Good aircraft.
One of your bills for next year.
What, 1/18th?
No, 1/32nd Tiger Moth.
Oh, that does look good. They've admitted it now, isn't it? It does say Tiger Moth on their Instagram page.
It's not like it could be anything
I
else.
know, that was it. I was disappointed. I thought it was a Lancaster.
Be nice. Going by everything else they've done, it'll be lovely. It'll be a really nice kit. So, and yes, we will be stocking it, and yes, we'll be doing a pre-order and whatever else. So I think that'll be a nice kit, nice scale, nice size, and Andy's going to retire his Matchbox one.
Yeah.
Or is he going to finish it?
No.
No, never. No. I see the Reds are releasing an icebreaker, aren't they, or something?
Are they?
On their front
Oh,
of
is that the one with the Russian? Yeah, on their catalogue.
that catalogue,
Yeah.
that's they're releasing that, because that's going to be a big seller for them.
Mm-hmm.
You see what else what else gets released as well. And then doing soon, that obviously Andy said he's put up on pre-order, is that I think it's doing next month. That SU-57, it's due out really soon. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, but we're looking at those. We're going to look at the pre-orders in the on the
Do you want me to have a look?
Site.
Hold on. Let me have
Yeah,
a look.
might
I've got
as
them
well.
queued up here somewhere. Oh god, I might have moved it. Hold on. There you go. Is that it? No. Yeah, welcome to PM Models.
Yeah.
Yes, there we go. So in here you've got up the Zvezda 48 scale SU-57 Russian fighter. Did you copy
Yeah.
and paste that from somewhere?
never.
No.
Anyway, recommended retail price of 40 quid, and we're doing it for £34 on pre-order.
It's not bad.
Don't forget, get your members discount here. Spitfire story, tally ho.
Tally ho,
I think
everybody.
they're running
Tally
out of
ho.
names to call them now, so
They
they're
are.
just going like, yeah, what we're going to do? All right, go on then. We'll have to call it tally ho. It should be tally ho, old chap.
See, I think it's getting a bit worrying now because they've done the Mark 1.
Mm.
This is now the Mark 2. next year they're going to be doing the Mark 5.
Yeah.
It could be start getting a bit expensive.
It will be, isn't it? Because the box art's tasty again, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was about to say it's getting expensive for a box.
Yeah. Yeah, it might be cheaper just to buy the bloody posters at this rate.
Yeah.
So yes, very nice. So anyway, 57.20 normally. We're doing it for 51.48. Obviously,
Just saying though, you know the other guys that have bought obviously the previous boxings.
yes.
Well, they've got to buy that, haven't they? It's not like you thinking, well, I might skip this one because you really can't because you need the whole set, don't you?
You do, because this is it now. It's everybody secretly and unbeknown to us. Ed Ard has subliminally done it. We're all now kit collectors because everyone's going to look at the box and say, "Oh, I'm going to have to do that," because I've actually now got the limited edition Spitfire story and obviously the 109s and stuff, and you're now thinking, "Yeah, need to complete the series."
Yeah,
so before
exactly.
You know
It's a good bit of marketing by it all because they know they've got people because of once you've got the one and the two, well, I might as well have the three to carry on. Then they've bought them. Well, I might as well have that one now because it'd be rude not to. And
yes,
yeah,
that's it. They've done it. They've secretly got under us now.
Into Andy.
What's the box art for the?
I've got
one.
Yeah. No, we haven't got one.
We ain't got a box art yet.
That's how I was going to
is that just a place where you find that on the net? Did you?
Yeah.
What, and secretly
No,
wiped out
it's
the
actually,
bit down here?
No, it was actually off one of the official sites, but...
Yes, that's actually off Hobby Company.
What, did they white out whoever's photo it is?
Yeah. We'll all get done for copyright.
Yeah, we're all going to get done for that one then. Fair enough.
Yeah. We're
all going down together.
That's how I wanted you to get yours out and take a photo of it. Even though yours is a...
Yeah, mine's not that one. Mine's a Black Widow, YF23.
Looks the same.
Close. Okay, so we got down in here is the baby B52H, which looks very nice as well. So normally £43, doing it for 38. Very nice indeed. What else have we got? Oh, the Crusader. You were talking about this one earlier, weren't we?
Yeah.
I tell you what, I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to what Academy, obviously, because they've designed it, of what they've done. And obviously, I've built a couple of the Tamiya ones. So I'd like to see how it stacks up versus the Tamiya one. So I am actually looking forward to that release. I think, be nice. I do like a Cromwell tank as well. So
yes,
it'd be good.
What else we got? Crusader.
Cromwell,
both Cromwells. Both cruiser.
Sorry, cruiser tank.
Yeah.
There you go. Have they got the one we're going to do the flamethrower one? Didn't they have the one with the crocodile version?
No, that was a Churchill.
Was that a Churchill? Was it?
Did one with like a bunker busting, a centaur, wasn't it? They did, which Tamiya do, with all the measurements on the side. In a chrome, and then they did the Comet, which was a different tank, really.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, they never did a flamethrower in that, I don't think. No, that was a Churchill. Churchill crocodile.
Oh, Buccaneer.
They up with a flamethrower, didn't they?
You what, sorry?
They did something else with a flamethrower. AFV Club did it, and it got a ball trailer with it.
Yeah, well, there's the one that got the Tank Museum, which is the thingy one, though, isn't it? That's a Churchill, isn't it, with the crocodile thing on the back?
Yeah, that one is. Yeah, but the AFV Club did a kit of another British tank. I can't think what it was.
Valentine.
Was it Valentine? Was it?
Might have been actually.
And it got like a ball trailer thing with it on the back of it, which was obviously the fuel. Yeah.
Gasoline.
Yeah.
Something to shoot at, isn't it?
Yeah.
Watch this go up.
Yeah.
At least it's behind you in a tank.
Yeah,
isn't
it? What else we got? Bristol Beaufort.
Yep.
That's an interesting box art to do it from the rear because you can't really see what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. It's very dynamic. But
it's a lovely dynamic image, but you can't actually see what the plane looks like. It could be anything at the front.
Yeah, it could be, yeah. It's really a Bristol Blenheim, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. Again, that'll be an interesting kit because I know there's the old Special Hobby one, which is as old as the Pembroke, I think, and a bit hard to build. So, yeah.
Well, again, it is nice that they're doing the medium bombers again. So,
yes. Yeah, it
nice.
adds to the Blenheim and
Yeah, the family,
both
doesn't it?
fighters and
Yeah.
all that family, doesn't it? So yeah, it's a bit of a different choice as well, to be honest. Bit different.
Yes.
So
Definitely. Very nice.
yeah.
Okay, and we've also got the Lancaster Nose. We've done that to death. The Challies.
They're coming in. They should be in back end of the week.
Oh, right. So that pre-order is going to shut shortly, is it?
It's going to shut now, isn't it, Andy?
Andy, you're going to shut. So there you go. If you want a Chally quickly cheap, it's going to end now. So it's up at 49. Doing it for
I
45.
thought it had ended, hadn't it?
And to be honest, I might get the review done tomorrow.
Hey, just check it's not ended already.
I'm sure it has ended.
Well, why is it up still? You should move it and close it.
No, it's just to tease the punters.
Oh, right. Yeah, but you want to lock it if it's closed. It's open at the moment because look, the other pre-orders are all locked, but that one's open.
Oh, right.
Yeah, right. It hasn't. Yeah, we haven't.
Yeah, quick, get in there quick, everyone. It's just about to go. That's the kit. But the other one's closed because, say, the F-15s, which we might reopen at this rate.
Matt's got 3 spares. If you want to get one, get it quick. Yeah, I'll close after the end of the show.
Right, there you go. And
Just while I
obviously, the
remember-
Zuccamoris are expected any second as well. So
Yeah, and the
Just while I remember, which Phil can't bring out up because we've not prepped this, so we'll probably do it on another show. But Gecko Models are releasing, which is official now, a Scimitar 2 tank, the British one, which has never been released as far as I know, with the bar armour and it's one in service now, and it's based on not a Scorpion, it's one after. Oh God! Somebody shout up in chat what it's based on. I can't think. Anyway, that should be in, I think it's due next year, to be honest, which will be nice. And they are doing some other stuff as well, which is going to be interesting, that we'll talk about when we've got more official information on it. But yes, so the Scimitar 2, which is, we'll get up on pre-order as well. For anybody who's interested in modern British.
Well, they were all based off the same as the Scorpion.
No, this one is different chassis and everything. Scimitar 2 is. I was talking to Gary about it, who's quite informed.
cool. Frederick's saying apparently it's not a flamethrower, that's just a fuel tank.
Is it?
So apparently it takes around its own fuel supply hanging out the back.
Was it that bad on?
I think I'm-
It was that bad on fuel, yeah.
Safe.
Jesus.
2 to the gallon. So is everybody set for tomorrow night then? Because I'm not at all.
I'm still waiting on my acrylic to turn up. I've ordered 10mm acrylic and it hasn't arrived yet, and I really thought it'd be here by now. So I'm waiting on acrylic. I'm hoping it's here this week, otherwise my stand idea is going to have to go slightly awry. But I've ordered length 40 centimetres, no, 40 millimetres I should say, of acrylic, 10mm acrylic to bend it, to put it onto
order
this.
that?
Hey?
When did you order it?
Last Tuesday.
Oh, well, you might get it for...
I thought it would be here by now, and every time I'm like the post and that, I'm expecting it to come through the letterbox like that, but not yet. I've looked.
Andy,
have you actually shut this Charlie one? Because now they're all coming in.
There's loads of orders coming in.
if there's only we've only got so many coming in, so it's the first come first serve.
It is actually, yeah. I might be able to get some more, but yeah, I have actually put the order in.
Oh right.
So, you know that one you're going to review. Make sure
what, this one?
It. Yeah, make sure you can reseal it.
Mine's got a slightly damaged box.
Oh no, that's it then. No, keep it.
He's probably watching, so he'll send you some more.
He will. He'll probably ring me after I'm finished. How many do you need?
Yes, how many do you need? Quick, get in there. But no, I'm doing this little guy. Be starting this tomorrow night. Da, da, da. So
You'll have it done tomorrow night as well.
Wow. Now I'm going to take my time. Somebody's got to answer the questions, keep up with everything. If not, I'll be doing the pig shell at this rate. I'll be here sanding it down for 3 days and polishing it.
Yeah. Surely you've got some. And you got another helikit you could chuck together.
I'm a bit confused about this Scimitar scoop because looking on Wikipedia, it's a bit like Trigger's broom because the way it talks about it, it was like it's just been re-engineered from the first one, but then they say it's got like a new hull, new chassis, new engine, new wheels.
It has. It's completely
So-
different. Completely different tank.
Yeah, but the way they're talking about it, it's just a lot upgraded, but then everything's new on it. So how can it be upgraded?
Two Head says, Matt, can you get me a price for a Das Works DW35003 fan L900 with SDAH1115 trailer?
I can't find my stock anywhere.
I think you better send me an email or something because I not remember that when I finished.
It's the
Remember that off the top of your head?
Thing with the,
Well, the number's 353, isn't it? That's the easy
one
one.
with the trailer that you can put a Panzer One in the back of it.
Yeah, they don't do them together anymore. I think they're separate.
Yeah, and I can't. I've had a look at. But whilst they posted, I had a look and I can't find it.
Yeah, I think you have to buy the
Even-
trailer and the truck separate now. They don't do it in one.
Hmm.
But I am interested in that World War One sub. Have I mentioned that before? I am interested in it. I think we'll get one for review for you because I think it's interesting.
Now you're in your super stupid studio, you can do reviews because you know what you're on about. I don't.
What about World War One subs? What did I
Precisely. Yeah, World War One. I've not got a clue.
It goes on with his American Civil War subs.
I watched a very interesting documentary on that actually the other day.
Or American Civil War subs.
Yeah. It's on
Was it a
about
wooden
some-
barrel? And it's like pedalling
No.
inside it.
I say
The
they were
corkscrew.
pedaling. They
Yeah.
were pedaling.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in it. They got some kahunas to be getting in that, and because they literally rammed the ship.
Yeah.
I didn't really, rammed the ship, and then they pedalled backwards to pull away before the charger went off. And I think something happened. I didn't quite watch all the program, however, but obviously they was pedaling back to where they came from, and then they lost it, sank, and the crew died. And they've dragged it up of what's left of it, and they're trying to work out why it sunk. They're in a baked bean can, for God's sake. It's like,
Yeah, that's it.
Jesus
It was
Christ.
fairly recently, wasn't it, where they pulled it up?
Yeah, there's not a lot left.
Last few years, yeah.
It's interesting. You can see all inside. Went to clean.
Yeah.
It was like literally like covered in sediment and mud, like packed. And it took quite a while to fully clear all that out and stuff. But yeah, it's preserved somewhere in, obviously in wherever it is. I can't think what state it's in, but it's quite an interesting program, to be honest.
Dirk says if they call it improved, like that Scimitar 2, they don't have to do a new procurement on it.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So it's improved new.
Brand new tank, but it's been improved.
Two Heads has come back. You can get the you can get the trailer. You can get the truck alone, but it's got the hard roof. He wants the one with the soft top, so he wants a rag top.
All right, hold on. I've got some info. Okay.
This is coming in hot off the press.
This is off the press off my phone. Right. If I've got a source for zeros. If anybody, only 3. So
All
if
right.
anybody wants one, shoot Andy a PM. If you want a 0, F40.
Are they Navy or Army? Either the or Navy, but
I don't know if the Navy or Army. I'll probably
they're
get.
all
I'll get the
green or cream.
F4Es have been pending for Friday this week at the House of Tiger.
Right.
The Meteor F1 does have more critical front screen compared to the later F4 and F8 variant.
But we still can't get it anyway, can we? So.
No, I know. But that's why it's like,
Flat.
yeah. Apparently, all this. It's not only going to affect kits from the EU, kits from China, Japan, not a difference. Oh, it's only going to affect kits from the EU.
So Edard stuff then.
Because say
No.
because we import from other countries anyway, or Gary does, I should say. But the thing is, obviously, it's unaffected. It's only stuff that's going to come out of Poland, isn't it? And out of Czech, I should think, because they're
Yeah.
a duty on them now, weren't they?
Yeah, but they're doing all the good stuff.
I know, but with any luck, we might have a trade deal. Once we give up the fish and Ireland, we'll be all right, apparently.
Yeah, but then we'll lose America because they're moaning about Ireland. So.
Yeah.
The Scimitar 2 is a Spartan with a Scimitar turret.
That's, yeah. Oh, phone's on fire now.
Oh, did you see Meng's Willie's Jeep.
Mengs Willie's Jeep. Yeah, we've got one here.
Yeah, 35th scale one.
Yeah.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
Oh, it's been out a while.
They did
Oh, right.
They did.
I'm
Have you
behind.
seen the Wasp one with the flamethrower one? That's pretty cool.
Oh, right. Mm.
Yeah, because Tackham do one as well, don't they? Everybody's done a Jeep when
Oh, right.
you could just get
Tackham's I just saw it on social media earlier, and I was like, oh.
You mean the quarter-ton?
Yeah, they're not allowed to call it Willie's Jeep, are they?
No.
Mr. Willie's will want his money's worth.
Yeah, but how did they get away with it? Because it's obviously a Jeep.
Yeah, but that's what they do, though, isn't it? They never give them sometimes the names, because obviously the names are branded, aren't they? So.
I know, but even so, surely the design. It's still
Well,
a
you'd
Jeep,
have thought
isn't it?
so.
Anyway.
Chuck says, Matt, I have the Airfix Electric Lightning in my stash as a good kit. Both of them are really good.
Brilliant kit.
48th, yeah. 48th, yeah, fantastic.
One of the best Airfix have ever done.
I've got 5 in my stash. 4?
There you go.
5 in my stash, including the Edard one.
Yeah.
Edard reboxed it and the limited edition of it.
Yeah, it's a really good kit truck, actually. It's really nice to build as well. It's no hassle, is it?
Like you said, yeah, like Phil said, it's their nice time, isn't it? When they were...
Nice time.
Nice time.
That's the way I put it. It's a nice time.
Yes.
Before they had financial troubles and...
It was a really, really good kit.
Oh, we just have to give a shout out to Stefan, who does all our little thumbnails, because he's also done one for Panzer Aces. He sent it to me.
Oh, has he done it, has he?
So he has done it. So thank you, Stefan, for all your hard work that you put to him. But I know he watches the show. And then when Andy's made a dog's ear of doing one, Stefan does a professional one for us.
Can I just say, Stefan, in my defence, Phil always says that you're going to do them, and I just put a placeholder.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's all mine are, is placeholders.
Stefan, you're brilliant, because obviously Andy tries to do a fantastic one, and he can't work out how you do it. Can you send him a thing?
All I do is just copy and crop it off the internet.
I'll tell you what, if you're watching, I need one for AK metallics, the whatever they're called, and I need one for the weathering sets, because I want to split that section up so they're separate, because they're all under one and just under paint.
Yeah.
And it goes AK, but I want to split it. So
AK Extreme Metals.
AK Extreme Metals we need, and then just whatever they use for the weathering sets or whatever you want to call them.
Yes.
Or just an AK logo or something with weathering, AK weathering, I don't know, whatever. But yeah, I want to split them up because it's...
Yeah, I thought that.
It needs doing. The tools could do with one as well, really. They could do a split from your
splitting up a bit in there, yeah, absolutely. Just to say, obviously, there's not much in the sale section this week, because obviously there's going to be the Black Friday sale starting... When are you going to do
Saturday.
it? Tomorrow or Saturday?
No, we're doing Saturday, Sunday, we'll do it.
So we're doing the Black Friday sale on Saturday?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Makes sense to me.
No, it's not called the Black Friday sale for us, though. It's a turkey shoot sale.
All right, turkey shoot sale starts Saturday.
Which is officially Thursday, Friday.
Starts Thursday, so we're going to do it Saturday.
No.
Welcome to the wonderful
Saturday,
world
Sunday.
of PM models.
Hey, you're having next week off, so don't bait me.
I won't. By Tuesday I'll be bored and be back here anyway.
Exactly. No, it's going to be on Saturday and Sunday, and that is it, because I had enough for catching up with the bloody last one we did, so... So, yes.
Dirk's put not the French, Patrick not the Spanish. Who are we upset now?
About fishing, I think.
Oh.
Let's not get involved with fishing. It's out of our... We live in the middle of the country. Fishing's the furthest thing we can think about, isn't it, Andy?
Yeah.
I'm about as furthest from the sea as you can get in this country, I reckon, aren't we?
Pretty much.
No, we had some sad news down in here because we lost one of our trawlers out of Brixham.
Oh, I've seen that. Are they still looking for it?
No, they pulled out. 2 died, unfortunately. 1 made it.
It's never been bad weather, has it?
Well, apparently it was pretty bad when they were in it.
Oh.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Yeah.
But yeah, unfortunately it sank. So 2 crew. I think they found the young lad.
Yeah.
He was dead. And they found one of the guys, he was alive, clinging to a buoy. But I think there's still one outstanding. But they've called off the search now.
They must have, hypothermia must have... Oh,
well,
geez.
yeah, you don't want to be in the channel floating around.
Oh no, definitely not.
Definitely
No, God, put thoughts out for their families. That's
Yeah,
not
that's it.
nice, is it? Especially
Yeah.
right there.
Cool.
So, cool. Right, that's it. 2 o'clock.
That's it. We've done it.
Dead on
2.
time.
Right, well, don't forget, we're not on tomorrow afternoon. We're going to be with you tomorrow night, where we'll be building. So something different. We'll actually be doing some work.
So literally, we're not going to say a word. We're going to have heads down, and it's going to be
Just be dead silence.
dead silence.
Apart
Like
from the
library.
occasional fart and burp.
Yeah.
It'll be like the start of the show.
all you'll see if this is on is John yawning.
Yeah.
That is what you'll be watching.
Yeah.
You'll be looking at John's tonsils for 2.5 hours because that's all he does at the minute.
Bless him. Apparently, day behind eBay China has the Rifle model kit on it. There you go. Doesn't surprise me. Rifle's probably released it direct.
Yeah.
There you go. Sounds about right. That sort of sums it up, really, for this show.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Right, okay then, guys. So, say we will see you tomorrow night, 7:30. If you want to join in for the turkey shoot, as I said, it's totally informal. If you want to join in and send us your photos and stuff like that, I can show them on the actual show as we are on. Then, obviously, we'll be back with you Friday afternoon, where we'll be building again, and then we'll be back with you on Saturday afternoon, all afternoon. Then Saturday evening. Sunday afternoon, and then obviously Sunday night we'll be with you. We've also got a special guest coming on, so Brett, shameless plug, but he's my US distributor, the only American we could find. So anyway, he's going to be on with us over the weekend as well. I don't know whereabouts, and I'll have to speak to him in a minute, and he probably wants to know where his order is as well. So yes, I will sort it out. If you have ordered mugs, just to say, and you haven't had tracking information, send me a message and I will check, because as far as I'm concerned, all US and European mugs have been sent. Okay, so I don't think there's any actually outstanding, because all the ones that I've taken today have been UK only. So I say I did a load this morning. I took to the post office first thing, and I've done another lot this afternoon just before I came on air. So they've all gone. I got around about 50 outstanding, and then if you still want a mug, put it into the thing, put your name into the box where it's like a wish list or a wait list, pop your address in there, and then that way it gives me an idea of how many you want. And then that way, as soon as I get a price from my man, and then hopefully we can still do them at the same price, but only be a quid difference if it is, and then we can do it that way. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it will all be okay and we'll be good to go. But yes. Sorted. Right, well, if we're all done, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. Thank you to everybody in YouTube chat. Thank you to, obviously, the Flory family, as always, for all your support, things like that. Stay safe, stay sanitized, happy modelling, take care, and we will see you all tomorrow night at 7:30. Say goodbye, chaps.
Bye.
Bye.
We're out of here.